Welcome to Step Up Unfiltered, the home of uncensored conversations with extraordinary individuals in which we tackle life's biggest challenges and bridge division. Now, as you can see, we're in a brand new location at someone's, four-bed apartment.
Thank you for coming.
Exactly. Thank you for allowing us to use your spot to host a podcast, slightly nicer than mine. So I really appreciate that. If you could tell the audience your name, I always do say age. I know you're not supposed to ask a woman's age, but
Yeah.
Occupation, and a fun fact that not everybody knows about you.
Okay, so my name is Anna. I'm 42.
Dang.
And my occupation, I would say academy owner, sales strategist, and not many people know that I'm a HGV driver.
Wow, a lot to break into before we even get going. But 42, what age do you usually get?
32 or 35.
32?
32, yeah.
32?
Someone last night thought I was 32.
Really? Last night? What were you doing last night? You out and about?
Yeah, I was in Surf last night.
You in the streets?
In the street, I was outside, yeah.
Yeah, outside, yeah. Did you have a good night?
It was good.
Glad you enjoyed yourself. 32, that's impressive, 10 years.
10 years. 35 mainly.
Yeah, I would have guessed 35. Which is still,
Yeah, it's good, yeah. 7 years, yeah.
Still, exactly. But you want the full 10. Fair enough. And
HGV.
a lorry driver?
Lorry driver, yeah. So I can drive up to 36 tonne on a rigid, which means without a bend in the middle.
Bloody hell.
So I can't tow.
Wow. Some people probably think princess look, but you're out here driving lorries.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Not in Dubai, in the UK. I wonder if you need a different licence actually in Dubai for it.
I don't know, because I just think in the UK, as long as you've got some sort of UK licence, because they know the standards are high, you could probably, I don't think you'd have to do another test.
I don't think I'd like to drive a lorry in Dubai.
You just get used to these roads, and I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But honestly,
I
until I
like
did need to
the roads in India.
I
feel like they're like the roads in India. You ever been to India?
I've never been to India, no.
It's like similar.
I'm sure you're going to tell us all about your Indian heritage.
Yeah.
But what was life growing up? Because it hasn't always been all four-bed glamour. So, yeah.
I rent this, by the way. I haven't bought it.
Okay.
I do rent it.
Cool. For how long? You've been there for a little while?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Impressive.
Life growing up. Thank you.
Sure.
Life growing up was hard. No money. My dad was in like 60 grand worth of debt. Come from a family of market traders.
Oh.
So waking up at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, going to bed at like 10, 11 at night, unloading the van, loading the van.
And what is a market trader? Because that now could be seen as investment.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So like setting up a stall outside.
Del boy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oranges, pears.
Yeah, but we were clothed. So on my mum's side, my mum's dad, my granddad on mum's side, because I feel like my family's always been in sales. So he used to sell tea door to door for Brook Bond tea, salesman in Delhi in India. And then my dad's side in Liverpool used to go door to door with a suitcase selling clothes.
No way.
And then went to the market. So that was in the 1950s, and then 1960s started the markets in Liverpool and North Wales.
Wow.
So I started working since I was 10.
Bloody hell.
So
I was going to actually ask you,
Yeah.
Did you understand that you were struggling for money as a kid? Or?
Only when I went to, because I was the only brown person in school, so only when I went to school and like my friends' dads had like BMWs, and I said to my dad, like, why haven't we got like, couldn't afford a car, we just had the van.
Yeah. How did you get to school?
We had to walk to the supermarkets, get buses, walk to school, and then my mum got her first car. She couldn't drive when she came to the country. She got an arranged marriage.
Oh, we're skipping too far ahead.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so how far did it take you to walk to school?
Primary school wasn't that far.
Did you have to walk by yourself, parents?
Mum.
Okay.
But yeah, and high school, the bus. But then we could afford a car later on when we were teenagers.
But how did you find being the only brown kid up north? That must have been difficult, no?
Yeah, like I felt different. Like, and I was always like the last person to be picked in PE, and I was always like left out. Like sometimes I didn't get invited to birthday parties.
Oh. Did you actually get like a lot of stick though? Did you actually get bullied? Because this is all just sounding more like exclusion more than name calling and whatnot.
I don't feel like there was name calling in primary school or nursery, but I felt different. Like I felt there was, and I don't think they meant it, but I feel like in the 90s, I don't know, it was just culturally different then.
That's really interesting though, because I'd say even at my
This
school...
is in Chester. Liverpool, there's more diversity.
Oh, Chester, oh yeah.
So I grew up in Chester, so my dad wanted to, basically, my mum was pregnant, and then her and dad had a fight. She got on the train, heavily pregnant, went to her sister's in London, had a cob on, didn't want to speak to my dad.
A cob on. Can you tell people
It just
what
means you're in a mood. It just means you're in a mood. Had me in Edgware Road Hospital, and then mum was like, I don't want to live with all the family anymore, like I'd like a separate house. And then dad decided to move to Chester because he didn't want his kids to have Scouse accents. He's very Scouse.
Yeah, okay. So then your mum moved to Chester.
Yeah, so then we grew up in Chester, so that's why
they got back together.
Yeah, now they're
after
friends.
After their cob on. The
Yeah.
tip.
After their lovers tip, yeah.
After their lovers tip. Okay, that's great. That's brilliant. So yeah, there wasn't too much in terms of like name calling or anything like that, but it was just more exclusion. Because I'd even say down south there was a lot of name calling where I'm from.
I've had it in like when I'm out in town, like the P word.
Yeah.
I've had that, and it used to like make me cry and like really upset, and now I'm just like I get trolled most days on social media. Yeah. Saying like I'm ugly, I wear too much makeup, I've got my hair extensions are really bad when this is like all real hair.
And how do you find that?
I'm kind of used to it, so I kind of.
How was it at the start though? When you're putting yourself out there on social media? Well,
I have been bullied in school, so I feel like now that I'm being trolled on social media, because on the business page, you know, it's 180,000 followers, so like there are, and when clips go viral for the wrong reason, I do get trolled a lot, and now it's just like I ignore it.
No,
I'd say most
skin.
Yeah, most days I get trolled.
Tough, firm Indian skin.
Yeah.
Fair play. And coming from an Indian household, do you feel like there was an emphasis on hard work?
Yeah, well, my mum and dad don't know anything different, so.
What does your mum do?
So mum, they've got a catering business now on property, but mum, come to this country, she didn't really speak fluent English, she does now. And then she'd worked as a home care assistant, she'd worked in Tesco, and then she set up a business with my dad, so it's family business.
And how did the arranged marriage come about? How does it work? Does the dad's family pick the woman, or?
Dad was looking for someone for over a year, I think, and then he seen my mum, thought she had a nice smile, asked if she could cook, and asked if she could sew, and then she said yes and lied both times, and then they got married.
And how disappointed was he that she couldn't cook?
Well, she learned how to cook.
She learned how to cook,
Yeah.
Okay. Did she learn how to sew?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now they've got a catering business when it was my mum's
There you
recipes,
go, yeah.
so it's all worked out.
It's all worked out. I don't know if everyone would have the same success rate, but no, that's good. I'm glad. And now, would you say that they're heavily in love?
Yeah, they go on date night every Monday.
There you go.
And my dad's 70 this year, and my mum's 63 on Christmas Day.
Okay, so you went a little younger, not too young, you went a little younger. No, I respect it. And look at that as well. So that just shows that arranged marriage people can work. And if you look at the divorce rates now, everyone's struggling.
I think it's 50%.
It's over 50%, yeah. So that shows maybe, you know, arranged marriages actually do work better.
Yeah, maybe I should get one.
Maybe you should. What would your requirements be? Do women even have a choice in that culture? Isn't it the man that picks?
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go, love.
Get what you're given.
Get what you're given. But usually the families, like, if they're a certain level of wealth, they'd always want the woman to go up, hypergamous, and all there. You also mentioned when we were speaking before, off cam, that you didn't go on a holiday till later.
Yeah, I think we were 16 or 17 just because we couldn't afford it. We actually had an electric meter that went backwards that my dad got from Liverpool because we couldn't afford the electric bill.
Wow.
I wasn't allowed to open the door or answer the phone for years because my dad owed so much money out in debt. We had bailiffs knocking on the door. We couldn't afford to pay the milkman. So I used to hide, when I used to see the milkman, I used to hide behind the couch. So we couldn't afford to pay him. And then my dad said, I think it was around 60 grand's worth of debt. But I'm so glad we went through all of that because now I have, like, me and my mum heavily talk about gratitude every day. and whatever issue that we're going through, like I've spoken to you about issues that we've gone through recently, and I try and instill gratitude in every single day, just because I knew what life was like before. And I've slept, like, being on market stalls and working in market traders and like festivals. I've slept in like the boots of cars, back of vans, on the floor, on like sacks of rice and crates of Coke.
You really slumdogged it out.
Yeah, but I'm glad because it's my work ethic. So like now I could work for me to get up in the morning and start work at 6, 7 is fine. And for me to like, you know, I've messaged you before and I'm like, oh, I'm just finishing work and it's like 1 a.m. But that's normal to me. Yeah. Just because I don't know anything different.
Yeah, no, I think it's really, really impressive. I think I can relate to where you're coming from, because although I have had like the really nice household growing up and going to a private school, because I lived in Luton, I'd also seen the other side of things. And also my parents, although they've let me do a lot of nice things, like, you know, I still had to do 2 hours of homework every single day. They still installed so much of that hard work culture that it rubs off onto you. And like for me now, I could go to somewhere bougie, I could go to somewhere hood, and I can enjoy both. Like, I don't need some sort of high life. Whereas some people just turn into absolute snobs. So that's good.
Yeah, I'm the same. I love going to a food truck, because we've got a fleet of food trucks. So I love going to a food truck, and I love eating a chippy.
Do you find that then, like chippy, hair sweaty, as I said, look very glamorous, but you know, your hair covered in fat. I love working in a chippy. Did you get chatted up a lot?
Sometimes, but I take my work very seriously. So like I like run the fryers. Yeah. So I'm not really front facing.
Oh really?
No.
You're just too busy, you know, getting all greasy.
Yeah. I love a chippy. Do you like a chippy?
Huh?
Like a chippy?
Like a chippy, yeah.
Like
I used to be that kid that used to go with his mum. He used to get the little kids free chip packet and used to think it's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
Got to get your chips in. And how did seeing your parents' relationship, I guess, determine the way that you want to be treated or want a relationship moving forwards?
Dad, well, it's never been where the man works and the woman doesn't. Mum's always worked, whether it's Tesco, home care assistant, she's always worked. But I think that's because she had to, because one, income wasn't enough. Yeah. We just didn't have any money. We didn't have takeaways since I was like in my teens because we couldn't afford it. But yeah, we've always worked, and in a relationship, I think I would never not work.
So you believe in more of a modern relationship?
Yeah, I do like to be looked after.
We'll get into that.
I do love that.
We'll get into that in a sec. However, something else that you mentioned to me as well previously is that your mum has had a few health issues, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
So how has that affected the way that, you know, your outlook on life?
I just want to spend, that's why when I travel, I just miss her so much, because I love just like sitting next to her on the couch. Like my mum's love language is quality time and acts of service. So when I'm with her, I make sure I spend, like she doesn't like me sitting next to her and I'm on my phone. She's like, we need to like watch the telly together, or like it's the quality of the time.
But do you think that's a really a love language, or do you think that's just what parents expect? Because I think
quality time is one of the love languages.
Yeah, but I don't think it has to be deemed a love language. I think that's just what most parents would. Well, it's not. Because
it's on the love language on the website.
No, but it's not. It's irrelevant of love language, because anyone that hasn't seen you.
No, but my dad doesn't really want to spend time with me.
One second. No, but okay, but especially like your mum, right? Any mum that actually generally loves her children, right? Especially when they've gone off or gone traveling, or they're not living at home. Any parent that generally loves their child, especially mum, because they're obviously more emotional, would expect the child to be off their phone, spending time with them. I don't think it has to be deemed or coined a love language.
So some of my friends I've been speaking to recently, their mum doesn't want to necessarily spend time with them.
Do their mums love them?
Well,
that's the question. There you go. Some people have.
I know my dad loves me, but he doesn't need to spend time with me. He just knows I'm alright.
But men are different.
Okay.
Right? That's the difference. Men love differently, and that's the reason why there's so much discussion about what a man is, masculinity, because obviously what is deemed masculine is now arguably changing. Some would maybe argue for the better, some would maybe argue for the worst. But yeah, obviously men can love very, very differently. and have done, you know, throughout the time, you know, a man's love could just be providing for his family. It doesn't have to mean that he's there stroking your back, is it?
Yeah.
That's usually going to come from your mum. Nurture, should I say?
Nurture. Yeah.
Okay, cool, perfect. So you've just mentioned being looked after, so that ties me into my next segment. Princess treatment. What does that actually mean?
God, I think it's a vast. it's a vast.
Tell us.
Some people think princess treatment is normal behaviour. Like one of my friends, the way she's been brought up by her dad and her brothers, princess, it's the extreme. Actually, two of my friends I can think of, I'm not going to name any names, but it's the extreme. Everything is done for them, everything is paid for, but they don't see that as princess treatment. They see that as normal because that's how they were brought up. Whereas me, if someone makes me a cup of tea in bed, I'm like, I love that.
Do you think that's a net positive or a net negative?
I don't know. I don't think it's right or wrong or positive or negative. It's just
okay. What happens if
standards are different, aren't they, for everyone?
No, I disagree with that. But go actually. So, what do you think about if a boy was brought up like that and now has obviously become a man? He's in the dating scene. Do you think that's a net positive or a net negative? If he's, you know, everything's done for him, we all know lads that have been like
just
that.
Expectations are higher for, like, his woman has to do everything for him. But
Yeah,
it's
but
different.
Do you see it as a net positive or net negative when it's a man as opposed to a woman?
I think it depends on the trade-off.
So it's interesting. So you saw it differently for the man to the woman. But go on.
What do you mean?
Well, for the woman, you said no. I don't see it as neither. But when I asked you for a man,
yeah, I don't see it as neither for a man.
Oh, it's a trade-off. It's a different answer. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it's the same. It's a trade-off. It's like what they expect, what they get. There's no right or wrong with it. Everyone's just brought up differently.
No, but obviously their expectations would be that everything's going to be done with them moving into the relationship.
Yeah.
That they have. So do you think that's a good thing, bad thing, or just completely?
I do think there needs to be some give and take and compromise.
From both sides? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool, brilliant. I agree. Do women deserve princess treatment, or should it be earned in the way they show up in a relationship?
I feel like every woman deserves princess treatment.
But why?
Just because that's the way I think. That's princess treatment is.
Why though? What's the actual
It's
reason?
just kind, I think.
Why?
It's kind to.
But what have you done?
Like
what have you done to deserve princess treatment?
Yeah, but you should always be kind and always.
There's a difference between being kind and princess treatment. As you just quite rightly established, there's a difference between doing everything for somebody, and there's also a difference between, you know, getting someone a cup of coffee.
Yeah, but I feel like, say, even if it's not man and woman, if it's.
But when we talk about princess treatment in the term, it is man to woman.
Yeah.
Right. So let's just stick within the realms. So yeah, why do women deserve princess treatment? Do men deserve prince treatment?
Yeah.
We can't live life if everyone just deserves princess treatment.
I feel like
it's just not reality, babe.
It can be if you want it to be.
No, it's not reality though. Men don't get prince treatment. Like, men have to work hard for what they get. Men just aren't out here just getting like let into clubs for free and getting their dinners paid for and, you know, getting all these crazy experiences. Like, men generally have to either be extremely attractive, be in the know-how, have to have status behind them to get that type of lifestyle. Whereas a lot of women that are fairly attractive will receive that for free. Okay,
so what do you think is princess treatment and what do you think is normal? Because have you seen the interview with Anthony Joshua and someone's interviewing him and he's like, is this princess treatment normal? And he's like, princess treatment normal, princess treatment.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Maybe we should play that.
Maybe we should.
Maybe we should play that. Okay, go on then, let's do it.
Okay, so cup of tea in bed in the morning. Princess treatment or normal?
How often? Like, how many days a week?
Every day.
Every day princess treatment.
Okay, so I feel like that's normal.
No, I don't think it's a problem. I just think if like, no, I don't think it's a problem. And it would be something I'd be happy to do. But I think if it's an expectation of the man every single time, whereas let's say he's hungover one day, but then you just have
or you're late for work.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, but I have no problem with that. No.
But it's just like, oh, babe, I'm late for work. I can't do the tea. Like, it's
okay, yeah, normal.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Apple Pay on your phone with his card. Princess treatment or normal?
Princess treatment.
Yeah, that is princess treatment, but it's still nice.
We're agreed. Okay, cool.
Can you go? You have
Okay,
to.
cool. Okay. Guy pays for all the bills. Despite them earning the same amount of money. Because that's most relationships nowadays.
In the same amount?
Mm.
But then just what if...
This is the logic of women, right? Guys would go bankrupt. And you do realise
just
that...
earn more money.
That's
Why
not...
do you just earn more money?
But women are now out-earning men in their 20s.
Yeah, so earn more.
There's a generation of men that
so
aren't
start a business and earn more money.
But that's not. But not everybody just gets business success. Like, it's not that simple.
No, but it's the opportunities out there. If you're in like the world that we live in Dubai, in the UK, in the States, you have the ability and the tools to start a business and earn more money.
Yeah, but not everybody can just be a business owner. I think this is where the
No, that,
I
not
think this is where the
everyone's
logic needs to be tested. Yeah. And somebody actually made a really good point on my podcast. Actually, the last episode I just done. It's like not everybody can be an entrepreneur. Like
not everyone's
society can't. It's not even about being built like that. But society can't run with like society is infrastructure.
Yeah.
There needs to be people building the roads, building the skyscrapers. Someone needs to be the garbage man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Not
Yeah,
everybody can just be this entrepreneur. Just because you might be living a certain lifestyle and it might be going well for you, not everybody can do that. Mm-hmm. Most businesses, as we both know, fail within the first year to 3 years, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not as simple as just telling everybody to just earn more money, because it is quite difficult.
But that's just how I've been brought up. Like, my dad's just like, and my mum is just like, well, just work harder, earn more money, and then you can afford the things you want.
But what I'm saying is, like, what you're saying is not sustainable. Because if a guy is just, think about how quick dating is now. Dating is very transactional. Everyone's dating everybody, right? And women don't even look at like a bunch of men. Well, attractive men are dating most women. That's just the realistic nature.
Attractive men are dating most women?
Yes. Babe, if you look at any statistics, right, women only find 20% of men attractive. If you look at Tinder statistics, women swipe right 5% of the time, men swipe right on average 55% of the time. So the data is completely skewed. It shows that women, because women, like men's standards for women are way lower, let's admit. Attractive men, I'm not just talking about in terms of your facial features, but I'm talking in terms of how much money you earn, your status and whatnot. Attractive men are dating most women.
Okay.
Right? So, when you factor that into it, then that's the reason why so many men are sexless in this generation. 30% of men are sexless. So what I'm trying to basically say is very, very unsustainable for men, let's say they earn as much as their female equivalent, to pay for everything, because one, different people are dating different people, so it's not going to last long. And two, if the guy was giving everything to every single relationship, then although women actually earn the same amount of money, they get to keep all their money and men would just be on the flipping in the zeros.
I think like when we grew up, dad paid all the bills and mum paid for like the food.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. There's a contribution. I don't believe in such. I don't believe in so much as like 50-50 relationships. But I do believe that I believe that the woman should be contributing. There shouldn't be some God-given right that just because you're a woman that you don't contribute. That worked in our grandparents' generation when women didn't work.
Yeah. But you could afford a one-income household then. But now you can't really.
Well, yeah, because people on average used to earn 20 grand and a house cost you 40 grand, so you can earn a house in 2 years.
Yeah.
Right now, buddy, the average wage is 33 grand, 35 grand, and the average house price is 350 grand. So we've gone from times 2 to times 10.
Yeah.
And men's, obviously, wages have decreased in half to cater for women coming into the workforce. And that's where everything's changed. So I think people like to pick and choose what they like from the traditional side of things to the modern, but we need to find kind of like a common balance, because it just doesn't work like that unless you're loaded, which is only 1% of people. Do you know what I mean? So that's my views on that.
Okay, princess, and I'll do another princess treatment question. I like these.
No, that was good. That was a good little segment. But no, we can't, because
we do another one?
No, because we've got other things to ask you. Okay, cool. I'm trying to think of a good one.
Driving.
Oh yeah, no, this is a good one. Should the guy pay, let's say, for the girl to get a taxi to the date, pay for the date, and then taxi back.
I think that's nice.
I think that's princess treatment. That's something that I found since coming out here, and I'm like, what the hell? If I'm paying for the date and you're expected every single time for me to get your taxi there and back, you can get your own taxi there and back.
So I did a podcast, well, was it last week? I can't remember, or this week. And, oh no, it was last week. And I got a taxi there. And then he paid for my taxi to my friend's house. And I thought that was really nice. I didn't, but, you know, like, I feel like
it's not, do you know what it is for me? It's not something that I would be opposed to, but I want to do things because I want to do them. I don't want it to be an expectation. I find that weird. And I've only found that since moving out here. Like in the UK, I've never, ever had a girl, and I've had 95% of my dates be good dates, by the way. I've never ever had a girl expect me to get a lift to the date and back. That's just not even an expectation. Whereas out here, when I first got here, I found that was the thing. And I was like, but this is where you have to stick to having your own morals. Don't just give in because that's what you think or feel like you're going to be emasculated. No, you stick to stand your ground, have your own morals.
It's really nice for a man to do that. I'd be like quite impressed with it. That's really kind.
Do you think it makes him more manly?
I think it makes him more gentlemanly.
But what happens if he just has more income?
Yeah.
But so this doesn't make him more of a gentleman.
But some people have more. I've dated guys that have more income that are very tight with their money.
Yeah, which is fair. But
I've had dated guys in Dubai and in the UK where they get offended if you want to pay for something.
100%. But what I'm trying to say is I don't think it always comes to being more gentlemanly. Because maybe to a man that has more disposable money, it's just something that you just think, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's more gentlemanly, but I get what you mean. It's a nice gesture.
So nice, yeah.
But
it's nice to be looked after and everything paid for. Like, it is. I feel like because I have to pay for everything myself, you know, like I've never shared bills or anything like that with a partner. It's nice when a guy pays for dinner, pays for the coffees, pays for stuff. I feel looked after, and it's like
So you also have spoken about the fact that men owe you money.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to tell us a little bit about that, would be great.
So one of my ex-boyfriends.
Current.
One of my ex-boyfriends.
Out here in surf, just shaking cheeks.
One of my ex-boyfriends had a meal prep business and he needed money, and he also had access. He also had one of my debit cards in his wallet.
Decent.
And I'm like, I would love that to happen to me. Like, just
that's to say, I need to get it. I need to get a sugar mama.
I was like, what the hell? And then owed him $4,000, and then I'd still have to pay. I'd help him in the business, and then still have to pay for my meals in the business, and I'd do the social media for the business. Didn't get any discount. I thought maybe a bit of discount. I wouldn't expect stuff for free, or maybe a swap. Like, because I do social media for free, I would get X amount of meals for free.
Yeah.
So it's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, because he couldn't afford it in the business, so I was like, okay, that's fine. And plus, I was so in love with him, I was just like, anything to, you know, help or make him happy. And then he went bankrupt, and then I didn't get my $4,000 back.
Sign me up, baby. I'm in the wrong game. I've never, ever. Look, I have the views that I have, and I don't.
Up.
I'm taking the piss, but I have the views that I have, and I'm very, very honest. Like, I just say it how it is. Whereas I know, like, a lot of guys will provide this type of lifestyle for 3 months. I always say give it 3 months, and then they won't be able to afford it. Whereas I just say it how it is. But I've never ever had a girl like pay for my lifestyle. That's crazy. Like, that would be nuts to me. Do you know what I mean? Whereas there's some geezers that are getting print treatment themselves.
Yeah,
so
never again. I've lent someone else $5,000.
Yeah, did you get that back?
Yeah, I got that back. Took a couple of years, but I'm really grateful I got all that money back. And I've lent friends money and had clients who owed me like 11 grand invoices, 4 grand here, 8 grand there, and it's just like.
Have you got it back though?
I've got everything back. Yeah.
Do you lend me 5
grand? No, I don't lend money anymore.
Yeah, no. You're better than me. I don't ever lend people money. I've never had a girl. I've never had to lend a girl money.
I understand. I've been in a situation where I've had to lend money just because of cash flow. If I'm buying a property, I'm short a few grand or whatever. But my mum has always lent me money. My brother's lent me money before. So, my brother's now told me, like, basically you're not allowed to lend anyone money.
Yeah, 100%. And I get, because you've been burnt. And what I would say is that like I've been around people that get friendly to you and ask for money straight away, and thankfully for me, I've always just said no. And then I've had friends of mine or even work colleagues of mine being owed money. And I remember there was one guy I wanted to invite to my birthday. He was a new friend, and I lent him like 300 quid. It wasn't like a huge amount of money like you've just said, but it was when I was a lot younger. 300 quid when you're like early 20s is a lot of money.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
300 quid now is quite good money.
He didn't get it to me, and I had to like message his sister on Instagram and get all like, do you know what I mean? And like, fair enough, I did end up getting the money back in the end, but it's a shame.
That's how I got my money back.
That ruined our friendship. But I just don't get it with some people. If you don't borrow money, if you're gonna, do you know what I mean? If you're gonna need to, if you know you're not gonna be able to pay it back, what's the point in creating bad blood?
One of my guy friends, he owed me money, and then I seen him go on holiday. He was in Glastonbury.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm like, mate, why? I was like, I've just seen you in Glastonbury. He's like, you're such a stalker. You need to get off Instagram. I'm like, no, I've seen you in Glastonbury. Like, can I just give me 100 quid back, 200 quid, 300 quid?
So would you say things that those situations have made you a lot more cautious?
Yeah.
Would you say more cautious as a person or just around money?
Quite as a person. I don't really trust that well.
Interesting. Has it made you, so you know how like your whole princess treatment and those kind of ideas, has it, despite having the very modern lifestyle that you live, has it made you kind of start looking at more like, would you like a traditional relationship, or
what's traditional?
Traditional is woman doesn't work.
No, I could not work. I've got 3 businesses and I would always work.
Do you want kids?
Yeah.
Do you think it will be difficult?
No. Not. I'm quite fertile.
Good for you. Because one thing I would say is I know that when I've looked at the research before, women lose 30% of their eggs by 30, 60% by 40, and by 45 it's 90%. But that's pretty good that you've got very fertile eggs.
Yeah, that's what
I think it's because you stay healthy.
Well, I've got endometriosis, so like, that can obviously hinder fertility. But when I had my scan, my doctor said I've got a lot of eggs and all looks good.
Good. That's amazing. And we'll touch on that as well, because I know you spread a lot of awareness for that, which is amazing. As a successful businesswoman, what are your thoughts on masculine, feminine, and how you kind of, navigate between both?
So I'm masculine all day in the business. This needs doing, like very, but I'm very lucky with my team, like shit gets done. Like I said to them yesterday, I need this much money by today, or by next, I said I need this much money, I told you tonight, I need this much money, because I'm buying this property by next week, and I need your help to make that happen. And they were like, yes, of course, so then it's all coming by 24 hours, within 24 hours. Wow. And when I hire my team, I say to, you're not gonna like this, but I say to people, I'm like, I expect you to do things yesterday because I'm very efficient, and I expect you to read my mind because that's what all my team does. And people are like, you're not fucking working for her, like what the hell? But all my team, people that know me, they know my expectations, they can read my mind, and if I ask them to do something, they're like, yeah, it's already done. And I put a story on my Instagram. My mentor taught me to have an application form to hire. So it has an application form, put content creator strategist, needs to be efficient, needs to use initiative, and I like people to read my mind, apply here. Someone messaged me the next day and they said, hey, I saw the link on your story, but I was out with the kids, can you send me the link again? So I messaged and sent a voice note, and I was like, I don't really know how to say this, but I'm not going to send you the link because I like efficiency and initiative, and you had the link on the story, you didn't save the link on the story, and now you're asking me for something that I've already given you, so I don't think we're going to work well together.
You've been trying to be like Alan Sugar.
Not trying to be like Alan Sugar.
Alan Sugar. Just for
I
a
was
little,
like, this is not going to work.
For a little DM. Oh, the kids.
Yeah, save the link, give them the link, put it in your Safari, copy paste. Yeah, but we're not going to work well together because my expectations and my team's different.
Say what?
So I was like,
one chance.
Yeah, I was like, I put it in black and white. I like efficiency and initiative, and I just don't. I think you're going to get annoyed with me, and I think I'm going to get annoyed with you, and I don't think we're going to work well together because our expectations are very different. She didn't use her initiative. Said initiative, efficiency. She was not efficient. She did not use initiative. So we're not the right fit.
I respect it, and that's probably what's led to some of your success nowadays. Good question for you. Can ambitious women still want a traditional dynamic in a relationship? I personally, just to help you out, I think the two do contradict each other a lot. So like I listen to a lot of podcasts and I hear these women like Candace Owens and people that people love, and they'll be spouting about how much they love conservative traditional values, but then they go against everything that is conservative traditional values because they have huge businesses. They're very successful business women, which is really, really impressive, but it does then also go against being traditional. So what's your thoughts on that?
I didn't answer the question about masculine and feminine.
Yeah, well, let's go on to this one and we'll put it back.
Honestly, I've never thought about it. I honestly don't know. So traditional means the man pays for everything, she pays for nothing. Is that what you mean? Is that traditional?
Yeah.
And they've got loads of money and they don't pay for anything?
No, it's not the fact they have loads of money. It's
well,
more
you said it's successful business.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have to be successful. I'm saying, obviously, that's an example. That's a good example of how they contradict. So a traditional relationship, they don't have to earn loads of money, but it just typically is the woman looks after the family and the children, and she stays at home. The man goes out and works and provides the money, however much money that is, for the household.
Mm-hmm.
That's traditional values.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying can an ambitious businesswoman want traditional dynamics in a relationship?
She can want if she wants.
Okay. Can she expect traditional values in a relationship?
She can. Like, I can think of two women that I know that I look up to so much.
Mm-hmm.
They've got multi-7-figure businesses,
mm-hmm.
and their husband pays for everything.
Mm. Cars,
houses, planes, holidays. They pay for the food and the childcare. And they've got the man's Amex on their Apple Pay. The man pays all the shopping, all the bags, presents. So.
Yeah, but do you think that's something that's common, or do you think that's
not common?
That's my point.
It's not common,
but
I love seeing it.
But why?
I think it's good.
Of course you do, because the woman just benefits. So
obviously,
there's no downside. There's a downside for the man. It's a net negative.
But he doesn't see it as a downside.
I'm glad. Well, he probably does behind closed doors, but he just doesn't say it.
No, but he's again.
But that's what we think. We don't know everything behind closed doors, because I know from speaking to guys that everything that they tell their missus is what they say in the voice chat. That's what I'm saying. So.
They probably moan about the Amex bill when it comes.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, like what the fuck.
So it is, oh my gosh, he had no problem because he's the perfect guy. No. I know from talking to plenty of men at the top of the food scale, not doing as well, how men think. And you'll be surprised that men generally think the same about a lot of things, a lot of issues. So no, fair play. It obviously works rarely, and I can understand why that's perfect for a woman.
Yeah,
but I just think because of the contradiction, it's something that I can understand why women probably strive for it, but it's not going to be something that's going to be, a common theme. Regarding the masculine and feminine, I mean, you gave an example of how you have no problem stepping into your masculine.
I used to be masculine in relationships when I felt like.
That doesn't surprise me.
When I felt like. Sometimes I feel like I have to be more masculine if they don't step up. But it depends on who you're with. So I love being able to close my laptop and finish work about 6, 7, 8ish, then go into my feminine. And I love cooking dinner, I love tidying up, I love even things like I love romanticising my day in any way that I can. Lighting candles. Obviously I have a lot of beauty treatments multiple times a week. So I love being in my feminine, but I also love in what?
Why was it obvious?
But yeah, I love.
Okay, so what's your expectations of him then? Be honest.
I like it when
Don't hold it back.
I like it when a man, when you're out, pays for stuff, pays for everything. But I don't mind getting stuff as well, but not like.
It's about being a successful.
Yeah.
Woman yourself.
Yeah, lunch, dinners, But then sometimes I don't respect it all the time, and I'm never going to do it. Like, I'll obviously do bits as well.
So how much money, and let's just cut the crap, right? How much money do you realistically think a man needs to make to date you? You don't have to, don't get nervous now. Like, don't be honest.
I don't know.
Do you think triple figures?
What's triple? Multi-7?
No, 100 grand.
Multi-6?
Yeah.
Not in the business. So my businesses are multi-7 businesses, but so I'd like the same or more. But sometimes I also like being with a guy that's growing or starting and growing and evolving as well. Going through the journey together.
Yeah, but how realistic at 42? Yeah. Do you think that is going to be?
Oh, the pool's small.
Yeah, but the pool I think is even smaller than you think it is.
It's like, what is it, 1 to 5%?
No. The
What
amount of,
point?
right. This is why this has to come up so much, guys. Because the delusion is crazy, right?
I am very deluded.
Fair enough. At least you admit it.
I'm in my own bubble.
Right.
Everything's always good.
The amount of men, yeah, that earned, the amount of people in the UK
They weren't in surf last night.
Right. The amount of people in the UK that earn over 100 grand, how many people do you think that is? Sorry, percentage-wise.
5?
No, 2. Right? So let's say half of those are men. So you're already in the top 1%. And this isn't forget multi-7. We're talking 100 grand. We're not even talking multi-6. We're talking 6. On the cusp of 6, right? So that's that. And then, like, do you mind what race the guy is?
No.
No? Okay, that's good. So Chinese,
Whatever.
Indian,
I'm
black,
more
white.
Vibes and energy and
all that stuff that doesn't actually have a value. Just it sounds good to say. Cool. So
what?
I'm joking. I know what you mean, but it is fluffy though, isn't it? Vibe and energy.
I don't give a fuck. I like being fluffy.
Okay, you do that. Right. So then is that, and then does he need to be a certain height?
Taller than me.
You're quite tall though.
5'7".
5'7". Okay, cool. So you doesn't need to be 6 foot. You can just be taller than you. 5'8".
I mean, I'd like 6 foot. I like 5'9" above.
5'9" above. Okay. We are still looking at, the average height for men's around 5'8.5".
Oh, that's alright then.
So, I mean, yeah. You see, you're doing all right in that metric.
But
do you see how already you're like looking at this woman? And then do you want to be married?
To me?
Yeah. No. Do you want to be married outside of you?
Currently?
Yeah.
Well, no, I can't.
Well, then that divides it even more. Do you want to be obese?
No.
That divides it even more. So before you know it, especially when you have such a high figure in terms of finances, you're looking at like a 0.% of a guy, and then that's not even taking into account how safe he makes you feel, how funny he is.
Do you know what? Safety's a big one for me.
Exactly, how funny he is, if he's not weird or a creep. It doesn't even take his, his level of education into account.
Out with some creeps.
Well, there you go. But all I'm trying to make out is that the percentage of the pool of guys you're looking at, and
I know,
then
that's why
that kind of guy, every girl's gonna want.
Yeah.
And then you're competing with, men tend to date younger, right? So then you're competing with the next, hot 20-year-old, and that's where it is very, very difficult.
Mhm.
But as you said,
I'm deluded.
but you've got what you want, right?
Yes.
Do you think you would come down any of those metrics or no?
Yeah, I could do.
Which one would you be most happy to come down in?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, I guess you've got some time to figure it out.
I have.
Hopefully. Just let the egg count go down.
What?
So don't let the egg count go down any lower.
No, I won't.
3 years. We've got 3 years to make it count.
3 years?
Yeah, 45. Okay. I want you to have a man and have some bambinos.
Oh, do you? By 45?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Thanks for that. That's really nice of you.
I got you. If you need any help, any coaching, I know you're a coach, but
Thanks.
coaching about men, I got you. Peace. What does a healthy relationship look like to you today?
Safety is important. Conversations. Some men are massively avoidant communicators, and I have like a problem, and they'll just disregard it, and I'm like, there's still an issue. So like healthy communication. I like dating, like actually going outside, going for dinners, even if it's like going for like a coffee or a lunch, I feel like it's nice to, because my mum and dad still do it, it's so nice. And having that quality time together. Talking about the future, fun, laughing. There's a lot really. I'm trying to think of the relationships that I've been in that I've not liked, and obviously honesty and trust. I feel like when you're starting to see someone, my trust is quite low, and sometimes theirs is. So it's just building trust is important.
Do you think you're a trustworthy person? Right, now let's move into some business talk.
Okay.
As a successful business owner, when did you decide that the the 9 to 5 life wasn't for you?
Well, I've never had a 9 to 5.
Yeah, but I mean like the normal rat race that most people get into. Did you ever maybe decide that you wanted to get involved into that, or were you just like, I want to go straight from the food trucks to becoming a business owner yourself?
Well, my parents have never had a 9 to 5 really. They've always been business owners, so it was like, it wasn't, I've always just thought,
That's the norm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like at the dinner table, we talk about VAT and tax, money, profit, wages.
Something that's not taught in the education system.
Yeah. And I'm so glad, my mum and dad have instilled a huge work ethic in me. So I've never thought, I think my dad, because my dad moved from Liverpool to Chester, my dad's so Scouse, and he grew up in like a rough part of Liverpool. He got expelled for fighting from like 10 schools. Because a lot of, fighting, he's a good fighter.
MMA?
No, Shades Khan karate.
Scraps. Oh, karate?
Yeah, Shades Khan. That's
Shades Khan.
Shades Khan, yeah, that's what I've got mine.
What belt are you?
Purple. My dad's black or brown 2-stripe.
What's the highest? Black. And what's the lowest? The second lowest?
White. White's the bottom.
White's the start, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the second lowest? Second highest?
Brown 2-stripe.
What are you?
Purple, the one below that. Well, there's brown 1-stripe, then
So you
purple.
can scrap?
Yeah.
Really?
I've been kicked out of clubs for fighting.
Have you still got it?
Yeah. So just be
I have
careful.
to show me some moves.
Just be careful.
Just be careful. Alright, cool. It's quaking in my boots. So when was your first real success in business?
I was in network marketing for 10 years.
So was this whilst you were on the trucks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've been on the truck since I was 10. No.
Yeah.
10. So maybe I've been working since I was 7. Because I worked before the trucks in my dad's market stalls. They were like clothing.
Interesting.
Or maybe it was 12 and 10, don't know, around that time. Can't remember.
You were young.
Yeah.
What
was the question?
When was your real first success in business?
So
you did network marketing whilst you were on the trucks.
Yeah, so I got...
What is network marketing?
It's when you like offer... So I was in a company called Utility Warehouse.
Yeah.
Okay, we speak about this.
Yeah, I used to work for Utilita.
Yeah.
Utilita.
And I was not very good to start with. Did a lot of personal development, which I love. The network marketing teaches you that. And then I got like promotions quite early on in that because I had a lot of help from my upline. So we provided discounted utility bills, and then we also grew a team. So they helped me grow a team.
What is network marketing? Is this door to door? What is this? I'm confused.
You kind of door to door in it, but it's like building a team of people, and you get commissions from your team. People call it a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, I was going to say
people call it a pyramid, but it's not.
Yeah, I've done door to door, and I was really successful at that, and I had a team underneath me, and then I used to take them to different parts of the country, and then we'd smash team figures, and then you go further up the food chain, and there's different levels.
It's like corporate, isn't it?
Huh?
It's like corporate, isn't it?
It's definitely not corporate.
No, but it's like you start off as team leader, and then you get promoted, and you get to and the CEO, not the man, but the CEO will earn. I feel like when I talk about
successful businesswoman just said the man.
When I talk about
I said that, then becomes my neck.
When I talk about corporates, I think men in suits. I always think that, even though it's not anymore. That's just how I think men in suits.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But you're a successful businesswoman.
Yeah.
Why does it have to be a man?
I think of because I've never been in corporate.
I feel like a feminist for the first time in my life.
I feel like because I've never been in corporate, I just think of high rises, men in suits, ciggies, coffee, and like the old Wolf of Wall Street type corporate. But now I see, especially on Instagram and TikTok, these incredible women that look incredible, they make so much money, and they're in corporate, and they're like corporate girlies, and they're like insane. But I've never been in that world, so I just got such an old school thought of what it is, which is probably wrong.
Yeah, well, yeah, but doesn't your business pretty much cater to successful businesswomen?
Cater to?
Yeah. It's successful businesswomen, right? That's who you work with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So surely your view would have changed because you've now run the business and seen it succeed yourself with other businesswomen. Maybe that view should be updated.
It should, because I just think of corporate as man, and I think
interesting, because
when I was in network marketing, the head office was corporate, and
it's like a lazy stereotype which we all have.
Yeah. And it was like all men that were in the C-suite were all men.
Yeah. And that has changed now.
That has changed now, and it's great to see. But I also think that it's a stereotype. So whenever because I teach sales to women, and they're so scared of that word, they think sleazy car salesman.
Yeah.
And it's like that type of,
Yeah. So again,
my view's definitely wrong on that.
So yeah, we went on a tangent. When was your first success in business? Sorry.
I think it's network marketing. I got like a Mini, a Porsche, 6-star cruises, shares, bonuses. Wow. I was in the top 1% of the company, and I was the youngest female to achieve my leadership position.
At what age?
I don't know, like I was under 30, I think.
The years will blend, don't they, as you get older?
Hey?
The years will blend as you get older.
They do. I just don't know when that was. And then in business, when I started my social media management business, I was a social media manager, and I got to £5,000 a month within 3 months of starting that.
Bloody hell. Is that more down to the times? Is that something that you think is very achievable now?
Well,
or did you hit it at the right?
No, I teach that.
Yeah.
So it's achievable now, but also.
Is it harder though now?
I wouldn't say it's harder because more people now.
I do.
It's harder as in, it's not harder because there's more competition, but now, that was 8 years ago, but now brands and businesses know that they need content multiple times, on multiple channels, multiple times a day. Whereas when I started 8 years ago, it was just like, oh yeah, we'll try this and see how it goes. But now it's like a need and a must.
Yeah, interesting. Thank you for telling me that. And something that we also discussed was about mentors. So how important have business mentors been in your journey? And how much do you think people should have a mentor?
I think people either need a mentor to guide them, and if they don't, they should have like a business partner. Like I can think of 2 businesses now, I've never had mentors, but they've had partners. I've never had a business partner. I don't really like to share money, to be honest, with that type of stuff. And my dad's always never had one, so I think I've learned that from him. But I've had a business mentor since 2019, and I don't know life without one. So I would, if you're in business and you haven't got a business mentor, I do think it's a bit weird.
So do you think that somebody, let's say you're a coach, right? And, okay.
I'm more of a mentor than a coach.
That's what I was about to say, because what I don't like
I know this question.
What I don't like about the coaching industry is that the lines get blurred between successful business people being mentors to what a strictly professional, that's got their degrees and whatnot, coach is. A coach is somebody that asks you questions to get you to a place quicker than you could get yourself, realistically. A mentor is somebody that's been there, seen it, done it, and is going to give you a load of advice along the way, and then has some coaching principles in terms of maybe the way that it sometimes asks you questions. So there's a huge difference, right?
Yeah.
Can someone be a business coach if they've never built a hugely successful business?
I do think they can, but
I disagree.
So I have this conversation with my friends or people in the industry. I don't think that they can, because I think practice and theory is 2 different things. That's what my dad's taught me.
But I think the example that I would give is that there's football managers in the world that haven't been successful footballers. Some have.
Yeah.
Most, actually, I would say, of the successful managers haven't been like great footballers. However, they've gone on to have exceptional management careers because there's so much into it. You know, you have to tap into a player's psyche. Some it might be the arm around the shoulder. You know, you're going to be a dad to them. Blah, blah, blah. You know, you treat different players, you know, differently and whatnot because you know different people's temperament. It's so much about understanding the person than needing to have all this, you know, experience in a certain field. And even like an example that I would give you, so Brighton, which is a football team that's done really, really well over the last few years, they, for example, brought in an MMA fighter as a coach to help them with like corners and how to defend people and like what does that have to do with football or have to do with like, you know, being a good coach. They haven't even been on the field before. And then Brighton this season were able to defend the most amount of goals. They conceded the least amount of goals from a corner. And it's because they did something different. It was outside the box and he was able to teach them something completely different about mentality, about how to move their bodies in a different way. So that's just another example of how you don't need to have exact experience to be able to get the best out of somebody. So what's your thoughts on that?
I just think that they have to understand the game and have been in it to understand it properly. So that's just my thoughts.
Yeah, and I think it's a fair toss up of a question. I think it's a fair, you know, I can see the logic of what you're saying. I just don't think it's always true because I think it's mostly about getting the person's mentality right and helping them find their blind spots as opposed to needing to have all this experience. Perfect. What's harder, making money or keeping it?
Oh.
Also, don't get nervous. I don't think you can get a little bit closer within shot.
Closer?
Yeah.
You
On the edge.
I'm on the edge?
On the edge.
You want to do closer here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll move out.
That is a really good question. I'm really good at spending.
I bet you are.
Get that from my dad.
So,
My mum and my brother are very good at keeping it.
where'd you go yesterday? Surf and where?
Carbone.
Jeez. Come on.
Huh? What?
Answer the question.
I don't know. Don't know. I actually don't know on that. Can you ask me another question?
What's the biggest mistake that people make when starting a business?
Not
Just
having a mentor.
giving you fire on.
Not having a mentor. That has done exactly what they are doing.
I think that's a great point that you should expand upon. Because I think a lot of people don't see the value of mentors or don't think it's worth the money. But I completely agree with you. Your ROI that you're going to get, you're going to make the money and way more.
I have wasted money. I think it was 2024. I think I wasted 70 grand in 2024 on mentors and service providers that didn't work. It was horrible.
I would stop you from ever having a mentor again. 70 grand.
But they just wouldn't.
But you made the money back.
Made the money back, yeah.
Look at that. You have to be in it, right?
Yeah, so I see people on Instagram and I'm like, they're teaching people how to do this thing and get this result, and I'm like, you haven't got the thing and got that result. I'm like, whereas I have, so just come to me instead. Literally what I say. Hilarious.
So everyone should just go to you. But there's way more successful people than you.
Yeah.
No offense. So why don't they just all go to the more successful person?
Depends on your personal brand as well.
There you go.
And lots of other
There's
factors.
lots of other factors. It can't just be who's got the most amount of success, because
Not the most amount of success, it's like who has got the business model that you would like, who do you relate to, who can you vibe with, who can you implement from,
who's got the right energy.
who's got the right energy.
Well, is your energy better as well?
That's
It's a personal.
Yeah.
So we're not going to answer the question about making money or keeping it. You're a straight stalker. It's just easy. What do you lean towards slightly?
I'm keeping my money, but actually now I'm spending buying property, so it's all going out.
What's harder?
I don't know.
I'd say you take.
I'm gonna ask my mum.
I'd say you take keeping it.
Okay, I'm gonna ask my
I
mum.
think from what I've learned from you from this interview and our previous conversation,
Do you
you've
think I
built.
spend too much?
From what I know, yeah, you overexpend. You overspend.
Well, I'm not spending much this weekend or next week.
Proud of you.
Yeah, I'm really cutting back.
Well done. Well done. You deserve a cookie.
A cookie? cookie.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Sure.
But there is a cookie place I would want to try actually.
I'll get your cookie after the pod.
Thanks.
So you built a successful business, and in property, why property? Does everybody need to go on the property ladder that has some extra income?
Well, I'm only in property because my dad and brother told me to get property, and then I just did that.
And has it worked? Has it been successful for you?
Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow, 4. Very impressive.
Did I say that?
I didn't know. Yeah, no, I didn't know that you had 4 properties.
Yeah.
What, all in the UK? Or?
1 here and 3 in the UK.
Bloody hell. She's doing very, very well, people. Very, very, very well. If you lost everything tomorrow, what would you do first? Quite proud of that question.
Start making money as quickly as possible.
How? Actionable steps for people.
How?
And this is what you would do.
So, I see people focus on systems and organising, very good at procrastinating. But what people don't do is sell. But obviously I'm Indian, it's in my genes, you know. My mum's very good at selling. My dad's very good at selling. It's their parents very good. Plus I've worked for McDonalds, I've worked as a waitress, I've worked in network marketing. So I feel like in every stage and every job that I've had, it's been some sort of sales training or like sales role, plus because of my culture as well. And people just don't sell. I would just sell all day, every day.
Okay, how? Just bite-sized, actionable steps. So, okay, what would you do? You've got no money in the bank, right?
Yeah, so
you've got your looks, you've got your personality,
create a service.
You've got your energy and vibe.
I'd create a service. So whether
service?
whether it's fitness or not fitness for me, but mine would be sales or social media based.
Okay.
I'd create a package.
Okay.
And I'd start promoting it on social media and I'd get in the DMs and sell.
So what, you got no money, so what, you're taking videos of yourself, family phone or whatever, videos of yourself, and you're saying what exactly?
I'm looking for this many people that want help with this result in the next 30 days or less. DM me the word this if you'd like this.
How much are you charging?
It depends on what the outcome is. So fitness it would be lower, for B2C it would be lower, for B2B it would be higher.
What you would do though, social media?
I did B2B when I started. One of my businesses is B2C and one of my businesses is B2B. B2B is easier because you're talking to people that have money. B2C, if it's a biz art, which I have, you're talking to people that want to earn more money, so the money is less. So if I was to start again, I do love my B2C, but I think B2B is easier than B2C.
And how much are you charging?
I'd start from like £200 to £500 a month.
Okay. And
work your way up when you build more proof.
Okay, nice, cool.
And then go high ticket, so grand, 2, 4.
Perfect.
And then scale low ticket or scale high ticket.
What do you think is the difference between people that talk about success and then those that make it?
People that make it just implement more and have more of a sales strategy than people that talk about it. And the discipline is in there. Like, see, I see a lot of men in the UK and in Dubai, they focus on birds, they focus on their fitness, they focus on so much stuff, but they don't focus on making money.
When you're talking about birds, you mean
women? Sorry.
No, I mean, I don't mind saying birds, but you know, some of y'all get offended out here.
Oh, my dad calls my mum his bird.
Yeah, I think birds are lovely. I think it's a time of endearment.
Yeah, it's with Scouts as well, so it's normal.
No, it's southern.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know, maybe both sides.
Yeah, I think
both sides of the problem.
I don't think it's offensive.
Neither do I. What about ting?
I like ting.
I like ting.
Yeah. I think it's cute.
I wouldn't say cute, but it's
no, it's a term. I think it's
enjoyable. Yeah.
I think it's a term of endearment rather than something offensive.
Perfect. I completely agree. Ting and bird are the only things that I would fight for. They're acceptable. Ting and bird. Don't take ting and bird away from the mandem. I know you lot are trying to, reduce masculinity out here, but don't take ting and bird away, or I'm causing a revolution. I'm not saying ting and bird. It's just crazy. Moving on. Endometriosis.
Oh.
So when did you first realise that something wasn't right?
In 2022, I was having. Also, I wanted to ask: is it your audience mainly women or men?
It depends on the platform. To some surprises, pretty even.
Is it? I feel like women obviously need to know this, but men also need to know this. I remember speaking to my dad and my brother about this, and they looked really uncomfortable with the conversation. And my dad was like, "Oh, we don't have to talk about this because obviously it's periods, it's blood, it's not." But
this is Step Up Unfiltered, baby. We say
yeah, but
how it
I
is.
think it was uncomfortable for my brother and my mum to talk about periods.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah, so that's what I was like. I said to my brother and my dad, I was like, I don't really want to talk to you about this either. Like, I feel a bit uncomfortable talking to my dad about periods. I just didn't feel comfortable doing it. So I was like, I don't want to have to talk to you about this, Dad, but something important's happening and I'd like you to know what's going on. And then he kind of, I just remember their faces. But now, like, my brother sends me articles on endometriosis and he knows, he actually educated, he bought a book and you searched about it.
Yeah. I was going to say,
it's inflammation in a woman's body.
Yeah, I think until I had my ex-girlfriend.
Did you have endometriosis?
No, but I think even as a guy, especially that stayed single for a long period of time, you don't really understand periods or anything. When do you ever learn about this stuff? You don't learn about it till you actually date somebody a long term. And at first, obviously, it's a squeamish conversation, but as men, we need to know about these things. You know, we're going to need to know about these things. But when we have daughters, your own missus, for example, your sister, not really your mum, you'd hope, but maybe your mum at one point in time when they get older. So it is important for us men to know this. So don't feel like
why we're all here.
Exactly. So don't feel.
It's how we're all here. Sorry.
So don't feel ashamed or weirded out to talk about it in front of me.
So 2022.
Educate us.
Huh?
Educate us.
So in 2022, I started to have very painful, heavy periods. I was bleeding every day, but it was black blood, so which means it's old blood. It wasn't like bright red blood. It was black, so it was old blood. So it was like coming from somewhere else. And then very painful periods. I had to go to.
Where was it coming from?
Actually, can't remember. Don't know.
How many holes are there? There's 3 now.
No, it's inside, coming out the same hole, but it's inside somewhere.
Yeah.
It was old blood. It was black. So it got to the point where all my towels had stains on, all my underwear, all my swimming costumes. So when I had my operation, threw everything away and bought everything new because I was like, it just reminds me of that pain.
Yeah.
And it just wouldn't come out in the wash. Anyway.
How painful was it?
So I went to A&E in an ambulance 2 or 3 times, and the scans say that every time I had a period, it was like labour pains. So when my period was due, I'd have to make sure there was meals in my fridge, so I couldn't cook. I showed you pictures and I have my tummy.
Yeah.
I'd have to wear size 14 pyjamas. I couldn't wear actually bottoms. I'd have to just wear a nightie.
How long did this go on for?
6 to 8 months.
It was
2021. Huh?
It's not a short period of time as well.
No, because if anyone out there has painful periods and is experiencing extreme pain where you can't go to the gym or you can't leave the house, I couldn't drive, I could only wear a nightie, I couldn't wear like normal pyjamas, I would have to have like sheets that were cooling, I would sweat constantly, I'd have to make sure my painkillers like Feminax helped me, magnesium, eating bananas because of the potassium in there. That is just not normal. So if you have that, please do not tell the NHS if you're in the UK because it's a 7-year wait list for endometriosis.
Shocking.
And I think when we was kids, I feel like the NHS had a great duty of care and they had the capacity. But I do feel like since COVID that's changed and it's to no fault of anyone. I feel like there's no duty of care. So I was going.
Fault of somebody.
Okay, well I'm not really. We won't talk about that at the moment. We won't talk about that. But you unfortunately have to get private healthcare, and you then have to tell your private healthcare. I'm with Aviva Medical, and they've just been incredible. Because if you do what I did and tell the NHS about the painful periods, you then can't go. Because it's on your records, you then can't claim on your private medical because it's an old medical condition. It's an existing medical condition. So I had to pay 15.5 grand for my operation, which should have been on the NHS because I didn't want to wait 7 years. And also, when you hear really,
I'm confused. But how much? Yeah, but you went private, right? So how much would it have been if you went private but you hadn't told the NHS?
£50 a month for private healthcare.
Really? You had to pay 15 grand to get out the...
I didn't have private healthcare then because I've never had it, because I always thought private healthcare was more for like really wealthy people or like posh people.
Yeah.
Same as like having a cleaner. I always thought that was for posh people.
Yeah. I've got a cleaner.
Yeah, I've got a cleaner now, but I remember years ago I thinking I would never have a cleaner.
I remember I was playing rugby once, and I think my rugby coach was saying, you know, why is your shirt's always so prepped? He's calling me my nickname, which I won't go into. Back in the day. The Warrior.
Okay.
And basically, he's just saying that, I was saying that, oh, it's my iron lady. And bear in mind, I went to a private school. They were all taking the piss out of me for ages about having an iron lady, my family having an iron lady. And he thought it was such a posh thing. I was so confused. Because it's just something that my mum and dad both hate. So why not have an iron lady?
Yeah.
But to them, it was so posh. I'm thinking, I'm at a private school. A load of you lot are way posher than me in the way that even when we speak.
Yeah.
They thought it was so amazing. But I know what you mean. My parents now have a cleaner.
Yeah.
It just made their lives so much better.
I also think now that
It's
women
just
are
the
men
thought,
go to work.
Yeah, I think it's
There's
just
less
the
time
thought.
for women
I
to
think it's
keep on top of stuff.
I think it's more the fact. It's not even the monetary value. It's like seen as an unnecessary thing to do when you can do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But then you don't realize the time you get back in your day, as you find within business, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you actually hire it out or you put it out to somebody that's better than you, you delegate it. It just gives you more time in your day to focus on what's important.
Yeah, I delegate a lot of stuff that I don't like doing.
I'm going to move on to this question because
I finished about the endometriosis.
I was going to just say about you spoken about having a bad experience with the NHS regarding your experience. So tell us more. So it ties in.
All right, cool. So yeah, they just kept saying like you're on the wait list, and in my head I'm thinking like looking at it from a logical point of view rather than an emotional point of view. You know, you can see the names on the wait list. You then know how many doctors you have or surgeons. You then know how many you're doing per week. So you could have given me the duty of care and said, looking at the waitlist numbers, the estimated time of operation is this. I could have then made an informed decision quicker to either wait or go private. But our family didn't have private healthcare because we've always just used the NHS. So
Standard.
But now we've all got private healthcare because of this.
Yeah.
So anything that I've had since has been covered by private healthcare. But I just want to say for anyone, if you're a man and your sister or your cousin or your girlfriend has painful periods and it's debilitating where she's in a lot of pain, she can't do her normal day-to-day activities like the gym, she has to have days off work, please do not tell the NHS because she will be in pain for 7 or 8 years. In some areas of the UK it's 15 years. And 1 in 10 women have endometriosis. So that is nearly the same amount. I think 1 in 10 people have diabetes. So obviously that's men and women, but 1 in 10 women have endometriosis.
It's a lot.
So it's a lot, yeah. It's 10%, it's a lot. So please do not go to the NHS because you will not get seen to. Please go to, I'm with Aviva, so Aviva or any other, you know, medical insurance or what, private healthcare, whatever, and just get covered. And because you haven't got anything on your records, it will be 30 or 40 quid a month. It's really cheap. You can then get private healthcare. I'm going to recommend my surgeon, Dr. Adi Asagi in Aurora Healthcare in Manchester. Incredible. Like I get people talking, because I've raised so much awareness for endometriosis. Me and my doctor have sponsored 2 women to have surgeries that couldn't have kids before, and now they've both been able to have kids.
How much does that cost?
15 grand.
But you didn't get back?
No, I sponsored them. So I paid 7, he paid 7, and he did
That's
surgery.
incredible. That's incredible.
7.5. So, and I love talking about this because I think it's really important to know that painful periods are not normal, but they are very common.
Can I ask you a question based off that actually? How much do you think that women's pain often gets overlooked or dismissed?
It does, because it's only like 3 or 4 days in the month, and then they're fine, and they go back to their normal daily routine, and they go back to work, and everything's fine again. And then the next month, they're like, sometimes it gets worse as the month goes on because the pain gets worse. But women are very good at not putting themselves first. They'll put their kids first or their partner first, and sometimes they don't put themselves first, and spending a lot of money like that. And I got a lot of shit last year for this. Like, you can't be telling people you need to spend 15 grand on an operation. Like, the NHS needs to sort this. And I'm like, I don't work for the NHS. I cannot change the way the NHS runs. I know I can't do that single-handedly. I have great awareness to help other people invest in private healthcare, 30, 40 quid a month, and get this seen to before the problems start. If you're just having painful periods and you take paracetamol every 4 hours, or you take Feminax and you can't go to work, that's when you shouldn't go to the doctors and you should get private healthcare.
Okay, nice.
But unfortunately, women are in a position now where it's debilitating. Like, I had to have a triple womb operation because it spread to the outer. I've got endometriosis and adenomyosis.
Oh, double whammy.
Yeah, and I had 7 fibroids removed, and some were 5 centimetres. It was a lot. I'll show you scan pictures. It was a lot.
I don't know if I want to see these scan pictures. That is crazy.
But men need to know about it.
No, I know.
And women need to know about it, because painful periods are not normal. It's not normal.
Well, thank you so much for spreading awareness. You know, I've learned a lot from what you've just said. So I hope, men, that we can take this on board.
Yeah.
Do our own research.
Help the women in your life.
Help the women in our lives. Yeah, it's important that we both know about one another's struggles.
Or even if they
and just like women with men's mental health as well, I think that's something that gets hugely overmissed. I listen to content online and I'm like, this is the reason why men struggle to open up. It's just so blatant. And, you know, men don't help themselves at all. But not to shift it on men, I'm just saying we both need to understand.
Yeah, I do understand that it may not be a normal conversation to talk about women's periods. Like my brother and my dad, now we can talk about it as a family. I'm like, Dad, I'm on my period, I'm in a lot of pain. And he's like, yeah, sound. Like,
yeah, but that's the reason why it's important to have those initial conversations.
But
if not, then it will just get...
At first it's uncomfortable, and I do understand why.
Yeah. You have to get for the uncomfortable to get comfortable, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Right, let's move on to fake surgery. Because you have had
fake surgery.
What?
Surgery. Surgery, innit?
Surgery, innit? Plastic surgery, would you?
Surgery.
Is that what you prefer to call it? So you've had a bit work done. 34 grand's worth. Do you want to break it down to us?
Oh, I can't remember what it is.
Roughly.
Did you have the list?
No, you just
I can't remember what it is.
You roughly break it down.
So the first. Just type nose into WhatsApp, the WhatsApp chat. First surgery was...
Actually, there you go. I'll break it down then. So, 16,000 on endosurgery. You can expand on these. 5,000 on eyelids, lip lift and ear. 4,000 on nose, 9,000 on fat transfer. Break it down.
Endospiqual. That was my endosurgery.
Yeah, what you needed to have, yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't fake. That was fake. Okay, what was the next one, sorry?
We've just gone through them all.
So the first
eyelids, nose, eyelids, lips.
The first one was nose.
Yeah.
So I had the corner nose on my dad's side of the family. I had a hook here. I'm going to show you actually pictures. A hook here. It was really long and it was really wide. And I did not like having my photo taken. I did not like videos. I did not like having my photos taken. And I actually think that's been an investment, because I'm now camera facing most days. Speak on stages in front of 3,000 people. Videos most days. Pictures. I take selfies all the time. And that's because... So they shaved the top off, shortened it, and narrowed it in an hour and a half. And it's one of the best things I've ever had done.
Let me ask you 2 questions then. Do you think, one, that you're more successful because I assume you feel like you're more attractive now? And 2...
I don't assume I'm more attractive. I have more confidence because...
that was my second question.
Yeah.
Do you have more confidence?
Yeah, it's made me more money. My new job's made me more money.
It's made you more money because you're more confident, or because you look better?
Because I'm more confident on camera.
Okay. It's nothing to do about actually looking better. It's just the confidence.
I think it's a confidence, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Sorry, let go.
After that...
Eyelids, lips...
Oh yeah, so my eyelids, so I had upper blepharoplasty, because my eyelids are like coming down too far. So I had that done, but then I wasn't happy, so I had it done again. And then while I was on the bed, I said to the surgeon, like, what else can I have done? Because I'm camera facing, so like, if you just get it all done at the same time, it's one lot of downtime. But my my top lip was very thin and I had so much filler in it that it was just drooping down. So they cut all here and they lifted the lip. And then this earlobe, this earlobe in an accident got ripped.
How did that happen?
I actually can't remember, but it got ripped. And I couldn't wear earrings because this has like a really big. Have you ever seen like older women that used to wear that have
droopy ears,
yeah, but like the slits in the earlobes really. So I couldn't wear earrings, and the NHS wouldn't repair it. So they stitched that up, so now I can wear earrings, and I'm not in pain.
So do you think that all of these surgeries have been a net positive for you?
On my fat transfer.
Like, tell us about the fat transfer.
So I had really severe hip dips, and I hated being in a swimming costume, being in a bikini, wearing cycling shorts or like anything fitted. So I had fat taken from the bottom of my back and my stomach and put into the sides. So like I didn't go down a dress size, or like my clothes are still the same size, but they just got more shape. I might get it redone actually.
Okay, interesting. So you're trying to say that you got a little bit more thick in the right places. So what, it just helped you get a little bit slimmer in the places that you didn't like, and then helped you get a little bit more thick?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
More shape.
More shape. Okay, do you feel like that has been a net positive for you, or
body confidence? Yeah.
Yeah, but is that really more confident if you're just continuing to have to get more surgery?
Yeah.
So what's the goal? Just continue going living the life?
I don't feel like I need anything else doing. Like, I'm happy with my boobs.
You just said that you're going to get your hip.
Yeah, because this side's fine, but this side's got more a bit of a dip, so it's like...
That's my point.
Oh, right. What was the question?
Do you think it's I said, do you really still see it as a net positive? It's something you're still having to go under the knife for?
Yeah, because it's helped my confidence till now, but I know I can improve. But also, I'm never really happy with my body either.
But that's my point. Shouldn't you just try and get there through hard work?
But you can't fill hip dips with hard work.
I disagree.
You can't fill hip dips.
It's a widely debated topic of conversation. But surely my point is, surely you should only need one surgery. It shouldn't have to be something that keeps on having to get.
But the fat goes. So if you have fat transfer, you do need to have it 2 or 3 times for it to get the final thing that you wanted, final look that you want. It's just a thing.
Do you think cosmetic surgery has become too normalised?
No, I think it's great.
You think it's great? Do you think it's great for society that a lot of people are spending money they don't really have and getting all these surgeries instead of just living the way that God's made them?
I mean, spending money they don't really have. I mean, anyone can get a credit card for $4,000 to get the boobs done or nose done, but you can just pay it off.
No, what do you mean you just pay it off? Most people are in debt.
You just pay it off.
It's not a question of just
if
paying it off.
If you want to get,
I'm glad that you become successful, yeah. But let's think about the average person, right? Because now the average person wants surgery, right? Especially women.
Right.
Right.
I just don't know why I like it.
I think you're looking too much on yourself as opposed to looking at society in general. But realistically, you're talking. Okay.
My friends have had surgery.
But like, what I'm trying to say is, a lot of women. Okay, this is the reason why I think it's bad. Then, and you can combat this. I think it's probably the best way to have this discussion. I think it's bad because you tell yourself it makes you more confident, but it doesn't really. And this is just from dating.
It has.
I'm not saying you. Take it away from you. I'm talking about what I have experienced when I've dated people, and then you combat my points, right? So I would say people say that they're more confident, but then it makes them more insecure. They're constantly needing to top themselves up. A lot of women that can't afford the best surgeons or whatever are going to people that aren't regulated.
Yeah.
And then they're getting botched, and then they look worse.
Yeah.
A lot of young girls that do it, because the whole point of let's admit cosmetic surgery when it first came about was to make older women look younger and feel better about themselves, which I get. But now what it's really doing is making a lot of younger women look older. Like, you've seen young, pretty girls getting surgeries they don't need to look more. And like, they just don't need it. And what I feel is as well, like men, if you ask any man, right? I'm not saying that women do this for men or whatever, but I'm saying men actually prefer like a naturally pretty girl. Like that, like having like, when a lot of girls obviously go too far with it, and they end up having that kind of like more porn starry look, where it's like the big lips, the big tits, do you know what I mean, the big bum, and then they're talking about, oh, I can't get a man, or man treat me like this, and it's like, well, I think that's quite fair. Like, if you're gonna do certain things to your body, then you are gonna get judged in a certain way. Obviously, I'm talking about different extremes.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I think that fake surgery on a whole is a net negative. I'm not trying to say like judge women or anything like that. I just think, and look, a lot of men are now doing a lot of surgeries as well. But I think realistically, the gym, hard work, grooming should be what a lot of us should strive to, as opposed to doing all these like new modern ways of living.
But like a lot of men now are having hair transplants, so they can't get that with grooming or hard work.
Is that, you enjoy yourself bald?
They didn't want to.
I know.
So it sounds good done.
Okay, what about girls with BBLs? Because that's the most high risk of death. What, just get it done?
Well, one of my fat transfer was mini BBL.
Okay, but what about women that get, what about BBL that has a much higher risk of death? Do you think that's alright as well?
Do you think that's what?
Do you think that's alright as well?
Well, yeah, because I've had one.
A BBL?
Well, that's what fat transfer is.
So
it's
you
like
think
slim BBL.
you think, yeah, but that's, in my opinion, that's crazy to me.
What?
You're saying
I didn't lie.
that you're saying that, okay, just because that's gone well for you, that you're saying that, like, for example, mums and stuff like that have died from BBLs.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And you're just saying, oh no, it's fine because, like, it's fine, it's cool.
Yeah, but also people die from car accidents, and you're like, oh, you're saying it's okay to drive a car?
No, there's a big difference. A car is to get you from A to B, and it's something that you actually need to do, right? Having a BBL, a lot of women should just go to the gym and work harder. A lot of women that get a BBL flipping just big and just getting rid of the fat from their stomach and adding it to their ass so they get super thick. Super thick. So, right, you don't have a problem with it at all. I think it's a negative, although I can appreciate, because I'm honest, right? Some women, yeah, it makes them look sexier. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you.
Change my body shape.
Huh?
Change my body shape.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't. I'm not trying to say that it doesn't make some women look sexier. I'm just trying to say that, like, as a whole for society, I don't think it's a good thing. I think a lot of women are born beautiful, and all they should just do is focus on the things that we can, you know, that can self-improve us naturally. That's my opinion, right? I mean, I understand yours and yours. Where's the line between self-improvement and insecurity? Because I assume you think that cosmetic surgery can enhance you in the realm of self-improvement.
I don't understand the question.
Where's the line between self-improvement and insecurity?
I don't know. I don't understand the question.
Okay, so what point do you feel like you're taking improvement, like you're self-improving yourself so much on a looks basis to the point that you're actually becoming insecure? What do you think's like the crossover point?
It's when you keep, like when you just can't stop, when it's like more of an addiction.
Do you not think you're at that point now? Or? No, but you're still going to get another hip thing. Hip dip.
Fella. Just because this side's got more of a dent than this side.
Yeah, but then what happens when the other side gets more of a dent?
Gonna be done again.
So just get it done.
Yeah.
Just get it done.
Yeah.
Just go do it now. Just get it done, guys. Get it done. What would you say to young women considering going under the knife? Do what's good for you, Queen.
It depends on age as well and how long you've wanted it done, and making sure that you do your research on your surgeon. You go with somewhere that you feel safe. I would not go by price, or I would not trust an influencer that you follow for a while and that's probably had a contra deal. I'd make sure you do your due diligence. You go, you need it doing, you speak to your parents, speak to the people that have also gone to him, and you need to do your research.
But that's the problem. That's what most people do. Because we're so influenced, especially these younger generations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're obviously a little bit older. I'm just at that stage where I'm 32. I'm not obsessed with social media, but a lot of people, we know what social media is. We use it a lot.
Yeah, of course.
Whereas these youngsters are flipping like social media.
It's not even just youngsters. It's just people that like go to the cheapest person.
Yeah. But what happens if someone hasn't really got the money, but they know their friend can sort them out?
Exactly.
So what would you say to those people?
You have to do your research.
You have to do your research.
All of my surgeons, I've researched and made sure that they were legit, and they weren't the cheapest.
Yeah, but
they were not the cheapest.
Okay, but what I need you to do, in this situation is take yourself away from your shoes and put it into the average person in the UK who's earning 30 grand a year.
Research due diligence. Make sure they're not just you've seen someone on an influencer's Instagram and you have to do research. So important.
Okay, so what would you say? Like save up, wait a couple of years and save up?
I would wait a couple of years. So I thought I wanted my boobs done, but then I was like, we'll see how I feel in a couple of years, and then I just don't feel like I don't want them doing. So I'm like, if I would want my boobs done, booked it, and then I didn't need it. So I think you have to. If you're still like with my nose, I've always hated it since school. And everyone told me not to get it done. You don't need it, especially my mum. You don't need it, all this kind of stuff. But it's because I wanted it for years and years and years. Every time I looked in the mirror, I felt like I needed to change this thing.
It was well thought out.
Yeah. But I waited a couple of years, so I know you probably want to get it done tomorrow and book it really fast, and this influencer said it was really good. Like, you need to wait and see if you actually feel like you need it, and to make sure you can afford it, or if you do get on a credit card, you can have enough income to repay the monthly instalments or whatever, if it's on a finance package or whatever, and you research the surgeons. It's so important to research.
I think that's a really, really good bit of advice. And a pretty good way to close the show. I'm going to ask you one question, because I think this will be a good bite-sized moment for people that look up to you and your incredible success, from sleeping on trucks and McDonalds, to then making it as a successful 7-figure business owner. How did you make it happen? If you can summarize the answer. We haven't dug in too much to the actual business itself, but how did you make it happen?
I actually made it happen by waking up earlier and going to bed later.
Okay.
I was always tired. I drank a lot of coffee and Red Bull, and I made sure that sales was front of mind. I was very disciplined, staying in on Saturday nights working, staying in on Sundays working. Discipline, work ethic, sales.
Nice. And now, just as a last closing moment, what are the businesses that you have now?
What businesses do I have now?
Yeah.
Property, B2B, which is my personal brand, and then the Socialista, which is B2C. Still get money from network marketing. I think that's it.
Solid. And is there anything that you want to promote or let the audience know where they can find you, any of the offers that you might have at this moment in time? Okay,
so if anyone's got any questions about endometriosis, message me on my personal Instagram. Will you put it in the notes?
Yeah.
Anna __ Karna _ Karna spelled KHANA. And then if you want to start a business as a content creator alongside your 9 to 5, message me on Socialista _media _.
We realise that I've got mutuals with you that have literally done your
program.
Two great girls as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Shout out Keely.
Unfair,
yeah, exactly. Amazing. Ibiza workers, and now absolutely smashing it
as content
creators. So it just shows you can do it. Both pretty girls. Did Ibiza seasons as well. And absolutely killing it. So it just shows that the pudding is in the proof. The proof is in the pudding.
Proof is in the pudding.
I've been speaking too long. Right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for such an amazing episode.
Thank you for
answering some of my difficult questions. No, you've been an amazing guest. Thank you for letting us use your amazing pad whilst you're here. And stay tuned for the next one. We've got a couple of episodes.
You need a coffee, don't you?
I do need a coffee. Before we close out for the season. Peace out.